What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we are going to be breaking down Franck Haise's 3-4-3 system. Also sort of plays as 3-4-2-1. We are going to talk about that inside of the video. If you guys do enjoy these tactic videos, then smash the like button below. Let's try and hit 27 likes on this video, and please do subscribe to the channel for more content. But let's get into the video and break down this amazing tactic. So, he actually does play with two systems predominantly, pretty much. He does occasionally play a 5-4-1, but very rarely. That is pretty much, I imagine, when he's defending in the last stages of the game. Most of all is actually going to be his 3-4-3, and then the 3-4-2-1. But it's very easy to switch between the sort of systems. I'm going to make this very clear, and it's really easy to see. You can see here, these two dots here, obviously, they represent wide players, and these represent two central players. So it's very easy to sort of, you know, in and out, and that's the only two you need to change. So this is a very, very, very good system because you can change it literally within 2 clicks, and you can instantly go from being a wide team to a very narrow team. And that is what you're going to see when I break down this tactic. We're going to look over various in-game situations in real life, and you can see how they sort of do that. They go narrow, they go wide, they go narrow, they go wide. So that is why these two are so close in terms of percentages of being used, because I imagine, and I'm very confident he does this, obviously they're going to change every single in the game as well. So they'll start off possibly with a 3-4-2-1, then they might go out wide. That'll be a 3-4-3 then. It's so easy to flicker between the two. So this is going to be explaining how they've actually managed to maintain 58.7% of the ball in their first 7 games in the French league. And this is a perfect example of how. So you're going to have your left centre back here with the ball. Then what is amazing about this system is how obviously you've got a midfield player sort of drops in, this player here to pick up the ball. Then he's got an option to go to the left wing back. He's got an option to go back. But if we look at this player here who actually has the ball at his feet, he's got 3 very good options, as you can see here. And the beautiful thing about this is it can be so easily replicated on the other side of the pitch. Another real big thing about this system is getting in behind, guys. It really is. As you can see here, it's very, very nicely marked out for you guys. Before this guy's even obviously noticed there's anything on, he is getting in behind because, and as you're going to see, it will work because this player here's got a very easy pass into this player here who can simply put a ball in that space there, and this guy's going to be onto it just like that. And that is such a positive way of playing football, and it's really good to see a team like Lens actually come out and attempt to do this. Another thing you're going to see a lot in, you know, if you do watch these games, are going to be the 2v1 sort of overload situations that we do try and force, and that is because it makes so much pressure on the opposition to defend every single chance. It's virtually impossible. So as you can see here, you're going to have a player pick up the ball in quite a dangerous area. You're going to have one player here who's made a fantastic, again, sort of get in behind type of run, which can be found. He can easily be found with a ball sort of through there or even through the centre. But what we've got here is the commitment from a player to bomb up this side of the field and give him another option. So if this guy does get blocked off, instantly there is going to be another option to, you know, go out wide and then get the ball in. Obviously this player here, we can see, is already trying to just stay on side and make a very dangerous run inside of that box. And this is more of how they defensively set up, and this is the beautiful thing about playing 3 at the back and 5 at the back, is because how versatile they are. What you're seeing now is essentially obviously a 5-2-3 is what you're seeing. So you're going to see them fullbacks completely drop back. Obviously, you've got one here as a fullback, one here. Your back 3 set up. Then you're going to have 2 go into a slightly deeper midfield role. And they're going to keep the 3 up front. But the good thing about this is the fact, obviously, that this player here is going to be on this guy like a hot rash. And you're seeing how many players are actually close to people. So it's sort of like, you know, this player here is right on him. This one can deal with him. This one can deal with him. They're all pretty much 1 for 1. And you've still got a couple players like this guy and this guy that are available to start a press if needed. But it is a very good way of defending. And obviously, you can sort of switch to it without really thinking. All this really comes from is the fullbacks, instead of playing up here on the attack, they drop back into this area. And by the looks of it, obviously what we're seeing is when the ball possibly is going over to, for example, on this occasion, going over to this side, the fullbacks are going to push up and try and win it back sort of in their area of the pitch. This is going to be against Troyes, and one thing they do is when they're defending, they don't put any pressure on the centre-backs to start with, because this is in hope that they do eventually play the ball out wide, which we are seeing here, which then means that Lens can put on their very, very good press. As you can see here, they have decided to play it out wide into an area, and you're going to have one player right on his tail. This player here is pretty much going to be chased up right instantly from this player here. This player here is going to be confronted here, and also this player here. Every single option is very difficult. So the only way this guy can go now, I mean, it's very limited. He's going to have to play it into a player, possibly this one, and then this player is probably going to lose the ball, or he's going to have to hit it long and probably lose possession. So it's a very clever way of defending sort of holding their shape when it's been lost, because this entitles them and this makes them sort of, it's just a smart way of playing football. You let them have the possession at the back, you let them play it out wide eventually, then you can, you know, replicate this, and this is very hard to play out of. This is another sort of way they can line up defensively as well. It's very similar. You are going to have your 5 at the back, but also, instead of going from, like, you know, what we discussed earlier, they've actually opted to have 3 in midfield here. So you're going to be playing a 5-3-2, which obviously, you know, is very defensive. But against, you know, the end of the day, they're 2-0 up. Why not go a bit more defensive? It's a great way to defend. And the beautiful thing about this is how easy it is to transition in formation-wise from defending to attacking. So the 2 teams we tested with today are going to be Lorient and also obviously his current side, which is going to be Lens. Now, the reason why we've gone with 2 sort of underdog teams is because this is meant to be an overachieving tactic, what he's doing at the moment. And trust me, Lorient are meant to finish around 15th to 16th. I think it was 15th, the media prediction. So we have gone way and you know, beyond that. And obviously we make no signings, and this is also a holiday sim. We also managed to win some silverware, which I was not expecting, in the Coupe de France against against Lyon. So quite a tough final as well. Scoring 76 goals, conceding 38, ranking us 2nd and the 5th best. But obviously, we are a very weak side in this division. We've got Mofoy coming in with 39 goals. We've got Boysguard coming in with 16 assists as well. In terms of what is going to be the pure data hub, then team attacking, 2 goals per game. Very, very good with this side. This is going to get you quite a few goals per game. Obviously, the better side you are, the better stats you're going to have. So we are just going to leave it as that type of thing. Pass completion is always going to be quite high, because as you saw with the analysis at the start, the players do sort of drop in to collect the ball and then carry on playing the ball around. So very easy to maintain the ball. And to be honest, the reason why this is so high is because typically a lot of the passes are quite short. You are going to get the odd run in behind. As I said, that's a big thing with this team. You are going to get the in behind runs, but it's sometimes you are going to also see this team play, and you're going to be like, wow, this is some tiki-taka stuff. It really is. It is really good to see. In terms of defending then, 1 goal per game, so it is bang on scoring double of what you concede, which is pretty much exactly what I want to be seeing from any of the tactics that I release. Tackle win ratio sitting at 74%, could be a little bit better there, but overall defensively solid. Obviously scoring double what we're conceding, it pretty much means you've got a very good chance of winning every game you go into. Obviously, the reason I'm going to say this again, because usually I test with 3 teams, I'm going to take this into account and break it down now, is because basically I like to do the little bit at the start of the video where we break down the tactic, we talk about the tactic. I then like to obviously have a tactic testing phase, which is this, but then I also had a couple of comments of people that still want to see this tactic in game. So that is why we're going to go down to testing with 2 teams, and then also doing the little bit of 2D, watching the goals, or watching the goals possibly out of 2D, and just seeing how the chances get created. And then obviously got to do the tactic breakdown and the player role breakdown. So I'm trying to cram it all in for you guys and give you guys a little bit of everything, so you get to see everything broken down. Now, you guys want to talk about overachieving. That is exactly what we've done with Lens. Obviously predicted to finish a bit higher up in the table, but no, by any means are you predicting them to finish in 1st place, right? No, but I wasn't either. But luckily for us, we well managed to, I mean, we done it by a few points as well. We managed to beat PSG, I believe, on both occasions, which we are going to look into, because that would be interesting to see exactly what went wrong with them. 94 goals scored, only 31 conceded, ranking us the best and the best. Adam Buxka coming in with 47 goals. Quite a good striker, to be fair to him. And Jimmy Cabot coming in with 26 assists. So this is going to be the schedule then. We're going to go over it very slowly. As you can see, towards the start of the season, the friendlies went quite well, bar this one loss. We then had a lot of draws and wins, literally back to back to back, until we eventually lost against Lyon. Obviously, a very good side. But what I'm trying to focus this on is the PSG game. There. 2-0 win against PSG there, with actually a sending off in the 73rd minute. We did play them again, if I'm correct. We must have done somewhere. PSG again in what was a 2-0 win. Very early goals as well. So This is an overachieving tactic. That is 6 points taken away from PSG, which only, you know, the other points they lost must have been a loss and a draw, because I believe it was 10 points, right? 10 points. So if you can beat PSG in this league, you can do anything, guys, because PSG are the main challenge, and we've overcome that challenge, and I'm sure the Data Hub is going to back us up in terms of results and stats. This is a lot more positive then, guys. So 2.47 on team attack, and pass completion still sitting very, very high at 89.91%. In terms of defending, lovely. Under a goal a game, under one as well. 0.82, which is very good to see. Tackle win ratio slightly higher with this system as well. Or this team, sorry, not system. But very, very good stats there. 0.82 conceded. 2.47 that we did actually go out and score. So a very good stat line to have. And to be honest, the fact that we've come out and managed to win this division it screams absolute numbers of what this tactic is capable of. It is a real big overachieving tactic, and trust me, you guys want to test it out, because I've not even tested this with a big team. If you guys are testing this with any team that has got better players than Lens, better players than Lorient, then trust me, the results are going to be even better. So, the first game I picked out is going to be a 6-0 win against Nantes. Now, I picked this game out over a PSG game because there are going to be tons of highlights, and we can really go over them and talk about exactly how the goals do go in. Now, what we're going to see here is this segment here I want you guys to watch. It doesn't result in a goal, but the pass and play is beautiful. We're getting to see how the players come in to collect the ball, and also the beautiful thing about this is we get to see how it instantly comes to the other side. Look out here. Beautiful option there to the ball. Lovely to see. Player comes in to collect it, and we're right up the pitch again. Back inside, back into the middle. Unfortunately, this guy gets a little bit carried away and does lose possession. But that pass and play going from one side to the other is exactly what I want you guys to be seeing. Really good play. We win it back here into Danzo, and I believe this goal was given as offside. He was miles offside into Buxer. And yeah, easy offside call for the referee. Don't even know why it's going to VAR. Looks very offside to me. But hey-ho. We know it's offside, mate. We know it's offside. Let's carry on with the highlights. Come on, lad. So a ball into the box here. Great clearance from them, to be fair, but it's going to be Samed who does pick it up. Beautiful ball into Cabo out wide. Unfortunately, a very poor touch from him there. Are we going to win it back? You can see we get back quite easily as well. Beautiful win there from Katuta in the midfield. Into Frykowski. Beautiful ball over the top. Into Katuta. Plays it back out wide, ball in the box, into Buxer, and that is where you're going to be seeing the goals. Such a good striker, he really is. Got loads of goals this season, but we saw there of how deadly we are, even on the sort of break. Taking it out wide to get the ball back into the box, and, you know, we've got the strikers that can finish it. We've got the striker that can finish it. It's going to be them on the ball here then. It's going to be Blas with the ball, back into Paloy. Ball over the top. It's easily read from Grant there. We're going to see a little bit of this passing again. Lovely little triangle shapes here, Foreman. Danzo with the ball, driving up into the midfield. Beautiful ball over the top into Cabo, who takes it back inside into Frykowski. Beautiful ball into Buxer. Out back into Cabo. Beautiful ball, a little bit lucky. And it's actually going to be Lafont that does make the save, but we're seeing how well this does build up. And I must say, I really am. That's going to be a goal there, in it, from a set piece. So nothing really too much to talk about with that goal there, apart from the way that we earned the corner. I'm really enjoying watching the goals not in 2D, because you get to see exactly how the play forms, and it feels a lot more realistic watching it in an actual game sort of footage way. Back here then. So I'm going to see a little bit of build up. This does result in a goal by the looks of it. Rolling it out into Gradit. Out wide into Cabo. This player's got a bit about him, I do tell you that. Wonder ball over into Buxer. And bam, into the bottom left corner. And this is what you're going to see. That getting behind mentality is something that the striker has a lot. And he does get in behind a lot behind that back line. And the fullbacks can pick him out. Midfielders can pick him out. It's a mixture of ways that he gets his goals. Danzo with the ball here, just driving up. A bit of confidence on him. Out wide into Frykowski. Lovely being behind run again. Fantastic save from Lafont. What a goalkeeper he is. Only a matter of time until he gets poached, I imagine. Cabo, ball inside the box, into Buxer. He goes down. Looks a little bit soft, but I've got a feeling it might be given. Whip out the VAR. He's given it. He's given it. He's given the pen. And it is going to be none other than Katuta with the chance to put the ball in the back of the net. And he does. Bottom left corner. Goal. Nice and simple. Looks a bit of a soft shove in the back, but we'll take it. These modern players do have to go down when they get touched. A throw in here, then it's going to be Machado into Katuta. Again, a very good player. Fofana, ball across into Frykowski. on the edge into Cabo, and it's very, very lucky. I think it possibly deflects off one of their players or a deflection off our 4-player there, but we'll take the goals wherever they come from, because what a result, you know, at the end of the day. Very weird throw in there. We're going to see them build up the pitch slowly here, but again, very easily won back without even putting on too much of a press. It's going to be Katuta again, always involved, good in behind run. Very poor clearance from them there. It's going to go back outright into Franck Haise, sorry, into Cabo. Again, you're seeing that beautiful, that's a perfect play there. That literally looked like the first image where we had that overload option, and how the fact, you know, getting behind on one occasion, you have sort of multiple runs available. He picks out the one that's literally just got up, running behind, ball across, easy tapping. And that is where all of our 6 goals actually come from. So I hope you guys do enjoy that segment of the video where we do actually look at the in-game goals in the actual game compared to the real life scenarios as well. Before we do break down the tactic though, guys, please can you smash the like button below and comment what manager you want to see next. And if you do enjoy my content enough, you want to see it carry on in Football Manager 2023, then please do subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. So this is going to be the 3-4-3 variant. Now the first thing I'm going to do right off the bat is show you how this can convert into what is going to be a 3-4-2-1 basically. So what you're going to see here is these two would literally just come centralized, and you would have your 3, your 4, your 2, your 1. Very similar, literally identical. So you guys can simply either make 2 variations of this, or you can just do that in game and make them into whatever roles you wish to have. And you can switch literally within 2 clicks. But going over the actual tactics then. So positive mentality, in possession, you want wide on the attack and space, pass into space, because that is where you're going to get the in behind runs. Play out of defense, slightly shorter, slightly higher, be more expressive, and mix crosses. In transition, now nothing's selected for this when it's been lost, because as we talked a little bit about the start, when they lose the ball, they don't instantly put pressure on the centre-backs, because they let them have a little bit of time to try and play out wide. And then obviously when they do have a little bit of the press. But for me, I didn't want to have regroup, because it means that everyone sort of drops back, when in reality they don't. And counter press, we don't want all of these players putting pressure on as soon as we lose the ball. So I've left that completely blank. When it's been won, we have got counter, because they do hit a counter. Distribute to centre-backs, take short goal kicks, and that is it. Out of position then, we want offside trap, standard line of engagement, lower defensive line, prevent short goalkeeper distribution more often, and tighter marking. In terms of the actual player roles then, you want to have a goalkeeper on the defensive duty. Very simple instructions of him. You want 2 centre-backs, both of them central defenders, one of them ball-playing defender, 3 centre-backs. I don't know if I said 2 there. But on the right-hand side, defend, stay wider, short passing, and trigger press. The central one is going to be a ball-playing defender. That's the one we saw typically push up a little bit more, linking that defence into the midfield. Balanced and also shorter passing. On the left-hand side of the centre-backs, exactly the same as the right-hand side. Balanced, stay wider, and shorter passing. Going over to the full-backs then. Now, one thing I will say is if you guys are going to drop these players in here, have these on attack. If you've got wingers as well, or wide players, have them on automatic is completely fine. So your right back, automatic, balance, get further forward, run wide, and shorter passing. On the left-hand side, exactly the same. Balance, get further forward, run wide, and shorter passing. 2 in midfield. The best players I've figured out, the best roles, are going to be a deep line playmaker on the defend duty, standard and balanced with that role, centre mid on the automatic duty. You want him on balanced, hold position, and standard passing. The reason why they're not all on shorter passing is because they do it anyway. They do this sort of link up play because the players are naturally so close together. So you want the midfield players to hit the occasional long ball, because that just really helps the players get in behind and they get found. On the right hand side, you want an advanced playmaker on the attack, balanced on the press, get further forward, cut inside with the ball, and standard with the passing directness, also roam from position. Exactly the same on this side. Balance, get further forward, cut inside, standard, and roam from position. Up front on the advanced forward, on the attack duty, balance, standard, take more risks, shoot more often, and dribble more. Now, if you're wondering why I typically go with advanced playmakers instead of going from inverted wingers or a winger, whatever it is, it's because they can obviously simply be dragged in here. So they can be dragged in there, and you don't even have to change their roles really, because that is quite a centralized position. So I just like that realism to think of like where this is what I imagine it to be like in a real life scenario. Obviously, you're not going to have a born winger instantly play centralized and be comfortable. But if you've got players that are comfortable playing in the attacking or the advanced playmaker role, for example, then you can literally have them where you want, centralized or out wide, and they're very, very comfortable. But that is going to be it for today, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. You guys need to test this tactic out. It's a superb overachiever. It really is, as you've seen. If you guys are going to download it, you can do this by simply clicking the download link in the description. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, you like how I break down my tactics, then smash the like button and be sure to subscribe. But that is going to be it for me today, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.